G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek. It is so windy out there today that being outside and doing a show is not going to be an option. So hi everybody, so great to connect, and another week has gone by. Here in Australia we've got Mother's Day coming up this Sunday, so for all the mums out there, sending much love for a lovely Mother's Day in lockdown. We're still pretty much in lockdown here, so we'll be making the most of it and celebrating all the mums around. And for many of us, that might be that your mum isn't here in presence, but here in spirit. I know for me that's my mum, and there's a lot in our family where the mums have passed over. So we'll be lighting a candle and, paying respects for their memories and, doing fun things. We've decided this year, with the being in lockdown, we'll, celebrate some of those memories and maybe focus on bringing through some fun times that we've shared with our mums that we can sit around as a family unit and, get inspired by. So, yeah, I hope that helps you too with some inspiration in getting inspired with, celebrating the memory, because it is a really powerful thing to bring through the memory of your loved one, and they love it. And, I know when I connect the spirit for people, that they do really love the fact that we honour their memory and they really appreciate it. So it's something that's a lot of fun to do. So moving on, I've got my first caller, Rachel. Rachel, how are you going? And I've just
I'm good,
lost
thank
my
you. How are you?
You're from Massachusetts, USA. How are you going?
I'm good, thank you. I live in Boston.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Now, did you want me to focus on something for your reading today? There was something
my life is all over the map, so whatever comes in, whatever you feel, would be much appreciated.
Beautiful. Okay. Initially, before we stepped in, I've been utilising these surrender cards, which they're so amazing, from Judith Orloff, MD. So they're really about, surrendering and just dropping the card here. Utilising this time of being pulled back, because we're all in that state of we have to surrender to the bigger picture and just making the most of our our lockdown. For some of us, we're still able to work, and for others, we've been really held back to stop. But for you, I picked out the surrender to the wisdom of your body. So that message is about listening to your body's messages. And if you're feeling physically drained and uncomfortable, just being aware of that. And again, vice versa, if you're feeling energized, to also be aware of that. But often when we're held back, and I've had this come up a lot for people that have had physical symptoms, have been a little bit stronger as far as health-wise goes. So, that message to me is just listening to where your body's at, and if there's anything that's amplified at the moment, just to look up the meaning behind it, because quite often our physical relates to our emotional, and, it's all interconnected and they're all signs for us. So that was a really strong one that I wanted to connect for with you. You're really divinely guided by spirit, and there's a lot of you're quite psychic yourself, and there's a lot of empathic, because I feel like for you, you feel so much. So I'm feeling a lot, which makes sense with the body connection. So do you relate to that?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. And so I want to say you're here for a reason, and there's almost like this time of connecting back within, or connecting to ourselves, is about you stepping up even more than what you have been prior to this, and really being the best version of you in what you're doing. And this is going to career. It's like, I want to say to you, there's something around not worrying about things, because it's all going to work out. So I don't know whether you've had some hiccups around what you're doing at the moment, or question marks around what you're doing, but it's like, don't worry about it, because it's like the universe has got it sorted, I have to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like, and I feel with that, there's something around the end of a difficult situation. So I feel prior to, where we are at the moment, and going back to, say, the beginning of this year towards the end of last year, it's like there's been a signing off of something that was a really tricky situation for you, or I was kind of, what Spirit's showing me is I was kind of hanging in limbo, but I'm now able to see things clearly. And I do feel like there's a bit of hindsight around that if you look at it and go that things happen for a reason, as hard as that can be. And I do feel like there was an exit for you last year of somebody. Can I ask you about that?
Yes. The exit you're talking about? The person?
Yep.
It was my job. That I take care of I do home health care. I took care of a patient and his wife for 7 years, and there was a lot of issues with the daughter and the family with the money issues and stuff like that. And it got switched around with me. She took money out of his account. The father wanted to switch the account, but it was a lot of responsibility for me trying to balance everything. So you're so correct on that.
Yeah, beautiful. So, but it's like that the end is like now it's smoother sailing, I want to say, for you. And I have to say also what Spirit has shown me is I'm a bit excited. There's like a lady coming through for you and she's guiding you, and it's almost like there's going to be a full 360 for you around things. Just it's almost like I'm coming full circle is what she's showing me. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. You've done the hard yards, and I'm reaping the rewards of that. So I do want to say that all that's happened is setting you up to then propel you in the direction that you need to be. And life is easier at the moment, and your big picture is looking at life being a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. So may I ask you a question?
Of course, absolutely.
So with all this happening, I didn't get a job. I got a job. I was working with that family for 7 years, but I ended up getting a job quickly. But then I ended up homeless, and I had financial stress and everything. Is that going to look brighter for me? Am I going to move out of, you see, like the lady telling you if I'm going to move out of state, if I'm going to stay in this state?
Absolutely.
I'm just confused.
For you, it's brand new. It's like, yeah. There's something around opportunity stepping up for you, and it's almost like there's been a test of faith. But the way that Spirit's coming through, and she's got this connection, and I feel like I'm not going to mum, but she wants to put her hand up as being a mother role to you. And it's like she's coming through to say to you, it's all going to be okay. And moving forward, you're setting yourself up. So it's like the loss and the fact, obviously where you are at the moment, that's a really, really tricky situation. But she wasn't showing me any of that. So it's like I'm stepping through that quite readily. I do want to say to you to take the opportunity, and yes, I feel like you're moving out of the state is what she's showing me.
Yeah, she sees me moving out of state. Because I'm thinking
there's an opportunity around. Have you applied for something out of your state, or because I see it's going to be the work opportunity that you'll go, yep, I'm heading there. I want to say I'm going towards, and my geography in America is so bad, but I'm heading towards the coast. So there's something around I'm heading closer to water is what I'm shown for you, and this job opportunity is what will be the decider.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay. And may I ask you another question?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Ask as many as you like.
Okay, so I have San Miguel that protects me, St. Michael, and I have La Madama, and they're always around me. They're always guiding me. They're always protecting me. And I have another one. He's saying something like that. He's always following me too, and they're always there. But there's I have a lot of good spirits around me, but there's a lot of them around me that I don't know how to. Sometimes I have to put a clear glass to tell them just that because there's too many around me guiding me, and I'm getting twisted. So I was wondering, with that chaos, I can't there's no stability. Like I get confused and conflicted. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. The spiritual aspect is part of who you are. So it's like they're coming in strong to you to say, come on, we're part of your journey, part of your life. And they do intermingle with the other belief systems, and it's almost like they're part of it. And definitely I agree with you. Sometimes when they step too close, it's like ask them to step back. They don't mind that at all. But I do feel for you, they're coming in to go, come on, we're ready for the next journey. And that's where I get that bit of excitement in there's some really cool stuff for you and you're doing something different. So there's something around this job opportunity that is different to what you've ever done before. But it's also, there's a spiritual aspect and there's that belief. And obviously you've got that faith within you, which is so powerful. And you will be stepping more into that. So it's like they're showing you that.
Mm-hmm. So like what happened to me, Madama, I had a boyfriend and he was not really good for me. And I just was just like, whatever. And she kept on telling me to stay away from him. And she ended up in me. She was in me for a week and she smoked cigars, I guess. I had to go to the emergency room. I was at a cookout and they thought I was like on drugs or something because my whole mouth was burnt inside and my eyes were smoky. I took a picture to see how my makeup looked and I could see and I realized what I had read about it and stuff, and I guess she was there with me. They're really strong, the spirits. I'm African. My dad's from West Africa, Gambia, and my mom's American. And I just know that they're just very heavy around me all consistently. And how I know
and look, it's almost, and you get the lesson, and it's like that moving forward is I'm not attracting that anymore. But there is that renewed sense around you that I'm bringing in the right people, and I do see you well supported, and I do see somebody stepping up who's different to what you've had before, but it's like you're sorting yourself out and where you are first of all, and then he will step in. So I'm running out of time. I'm nearly getting the wrap up here. You're welcome to message me on Australia Psychic Cowgirl on Facebook through my page, and I can answer any more aspects for you. So, I hate to have to cut short, but for you, you're very special. So it's like I want you to honour that and start to really believe in yourself and where you're going, because you're here to do some great stuff, and you will. So know that.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So can they text me? Can they basically give me your link that I can talk to you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can message me because I'm here in Australia, and yeah, definitely. I'm doing readings tonight for Americans. So yeah, thank you so much. See you guys same time, same place next week. Woohoo!